trying to...
Yeah, this is being recorded, just so you know, just because you didn't even address anything. You just said hello, like I'm calling somebody's private residence. So how would I know when you pick up the phone?
I actually answered. I actually answered as the Civil Rights Program. This is Shannon speaking.
Okay.
I'm sorry if that didn't sound, or you didn't hear that, but I did inform who it was.
Okay, and you're Shannon, and may I either have your last name or your employee number, Shannon?
My last name is Enright. That's Enright.
Okay. Thank you so much. Please understand, I am very angry, so it's going to come off angry. This is not directed at you. I do not know you personally. Okay. I have a complaint against Ramon Rodrigo in your civil rights. He knew that Ann Springer had silenced me, had refused to respond when I requested how to get an appeal. There's a 45-day limit, and when I had called the number that was given, it said that there was an overwhelming amount, that they were unable to take even messages at that time, and referred back to the LNI office. And I have her emails because I've requested it, and plus now I've requested all of her information. I want everything, and I'm going to publicly expose her. But her email is mocking me. I'm autistic with selective mutism, and her email is basically mocking me and the entire public to 4 other people, saying this is how you guys operate. Whereas if we just ignore her, maybe she'll go away, or we should send her a cease and desist. For what? Because I requested, how do I appeal? How do I appeal? How do I appeal? That's funny. Is that funny? That isn't funny. That's not funny at all. And so my 45 days is gone, and giggle. People got to make me the butt of their office jokes, but nothing ever actually was done. It was his job to take that and do something with it, but he thought, just like, pedophile priests and dirty cops, that she shouldn't have anything come against her. That's my first complaint. My second complaint, you have a woman by the name of Donna Gillen, and she does WorkSource required classes. Well, I had to attend one of those. So, and I have the screenshots, no backing up. I didn't put the words in her little typey fingers, but she told me I was to remain silent and not speak. But she chatted with and spoke to the rest of the class via chat and via mic. I don't even know her personally, but I do know that she works with LNI where Ann Springer is. And I am not a dog, nor will I be silenced. And that was public. That is my second complaint. My third complaint, I don't know the man's name completely, but I do have the text out message because my phone puts all things to text because I have issues communicating. Okay? And he called me from LNI to try and mansplain to me what those very simple words of "you are to talk to yourself" meant. I don't need anybody to explain English to me. I might be autistic with selective mutism, but I speak English, I speak Turkish, and I speak some Arabic. English is my first language.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, I don't believe you gave me your name. You went really, really fast.
I'm sorry. I'm very angry, and this has been a long time in coming.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. No, I understand, and
My name is Stefanie Farren. It's STEF.
Stephanie, can you?
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
STEFANIE. Last name Farren. F like Frank. ARREN.
Okay, and then the people, I got the first, it was Ramon, Ann Springer.
Yep, Ann Springer, and there are several other people included in that email. Had any one of them, any human decency, let alone the fact, please remember, when I get up and go to work in the morning and I go work all week for my 2 children, okay, I'm a single mom. When I go do that, before I ever get my paycheck, who goes into my paycheck and takes their cut? You guys, the government. You guys get paid out of my work and my effort before I ever get paid. I have reported 2 businesses now to you guys. The first business was NW Auto. That is who Ann Springer was investigating. And she said that they hadn't retaliated against me. They retaliated so badly, they took the checks out of my desk. They took the files out of my office. And I was supposed to sit there and keep on showing up to work when I was told I wasn't allowed to talk to anybody or answer the phone. That's not retaliation. Are you kidding me? No. And then the second one, all I did was email a blanket email. I won't do another official report. I just worked for a doctor that has literally gone through so many employees in the last 3 years. It's like they're her own personal toilet paper. My son also worked there under her and was refused even breaks. He was 17 years old. Okay. And then all of her patients are complaining because she has a $250 30-minute consultation. She uses that time to talk about her kid transitioning to male from female and about her other business. And when I try to approach her on these things, this is a new thing for employers apparently. She locked me out of Hushmail and she locked me out of Athena. I am there 2 hours before her every morning. My son and I showed up and tried to get into everything. I had emailed her over the weekend, basically quiet firing me. The same damn thing. And my son, I told my son, you need to report it because she's hurting people. And you know what his answer is? Well, they don't do anything, Mom. They made a mockery of you last time, Mom. They don't do anything. Why bother? So you are setting a precedent for nobody gets anything done and people risk their jobs. People get fired for this kind of stuff for reporting and trying to make things right for the other employees. And then nothing gets done. My entire life crashes to the ground. And then I'm the butt of your guys' staff's email jokes. Are you freaking kidding me?
I'm really sorry to hear about this. So, just let me confirm this.
Yes, I'm sorry.
The last person... Oh, that's okay. That's okay. The last person you wanted to file, you said Donna, but I didn't catch her last name.
It's Gillen. It's Gillon, like Nancy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can look these people up.
And I have the screenshot of her saying it to me.
Okay, yeah, I think I got that, and I'll look them up just to verify that they are employees within the agency, because they have to, in order for us to investigate, we only investigate complaints filed against L&I employees.
They are L&I employees. Ann Springer is your guys' discrimination supervisor. Isn't that sick? Isn't that some twisted stuff?
No, she's not, so she is...
That's what it's listed on her emails and on her staff title. Yes, it is. It says discrimination supervisor. I have the email.
Yeah, she's the discrimination... I'm trying to... Yeah, if I may. She is the discrimination within DOSH. So she just... I think they're working on changing their title because it is deceiving. It's they investigate retaliation complaints related to safety. So people who've been retaliated for filing a safety complaint.
Yeah, but if you go through her history, which I have on LinkedIn, if you go through her training and history on LinkedIn, it speaks about disabled and things like that too, though. So no, no. That and the fact that that's her position to literally do a job and like look at the things. I mean, I was so badly retaliated against that when I asked for a kit because I had fallen and my knees were bleeding, I was basically told to shut up, sit there, and take it. It is beyond. All of this I have sent every email and everything. No, all of this was reported to Ann Springer. This was within the last week of me working for NW Auto. Well, I actually was the HR and the accounting for 3 of their locations. Things were so bad there that I had emails, and I sent these all to her where I said, do not put more money on my check. Do not pay me another bonus, because at this point in time, they had an OSHA audit coming for January of 2023. I said, at this point in time, it feels like you have hired me so that I put things, because they had a business in Soto for 20 years with no HR. You have hired me so that I put things on paper so you pass your audit, but you are not implementing it for your employees who are going home in tears, or when there are safety issues, things are not being addressed. I will not be a part of it. Do not pay me another bonus or increase my pay. My pay was increased 7 times in 7 months that I worked there. And I was like, no, at this point in time, that feels like it's payoff for, hey, shh, just put things in writing, make it look good so that when we get audited, but the employees don't matter. No, employees matter. And this is me. I lost my job for them.
And when did this happen?
This was, it ended in July of 2022. I quit on the 1st of August because of their retaliation. They removed all of my files. I have the emails to prove it. The guy that I hired came and had to take the checks away from me as if I were a thief, huh? They came and took my checks. They told me I was not allowed to talk to anybody. I was not allowed to enter any other place. I was not allowed to answer any phone calls or speak to any employees. And they removed my permissions on the computer, but I was supposed to keep showing up to work. That's her idea. Please define that for me. Please explain that to me. Would you? Would you continue to show up to work?
Okay. Okay. So that happened at the end of July 2022. And when did you file with...
Immediately. I immediately filed. So when she wrote her email at the end of September of 22 mocking me because I requested everything to do with the case from Ramon, when she wrote her email mocking me, I only had a few days left of that 45 days that you have to file an appeal. Her decision was within 4 days of me contacting you guys. How did you investigate in 4 days? That's so interesting because see the owner, Akil Al-Tamimi, who's had a business in Soto with no HR for over 20 years and has had these issues, but he was all of a sudden getting audited and needed help getting it all done. He's told me that he knows somebody in L&I and he will never face any consequences. And lo and behold, look at this, because the woman before me, she went through all of this too. So how did you guys come to a determination that somehow I wasn't retaliated against within 4 days of me filing? That's so interesting because I reported a lot and it was for 3 locations. I mean, you guys are so on the ball that you had done that in 4 days. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you filed with her...
Immediately that day, August 1st. 100% it would be August 1st that was my first contact with you guys. I knew I could not walk into that place one more time. I knew I could not sit there and not work for 8 hours looking at the wall one more time. Sorry. Why would I?
No, it's okay.
Who would do that? I cared about that job. I actually enjoyed it, and I loved the other people that I worked with. It wasn't their fault that the owner was bad or that there were 3 estimators that were so abusive to people that they went home in tears.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. So then you got a determination from Anne within 4 days, and that's when you filed with...
Yes.
With Rodrigo.
Well, no, I had tried to file an appeal and I kept, and when I called the number that there are for appeals, it had an outgoing message that said that they were literally overwhelmed because of the pandemic. Things were backed up and it said, please contact your L&I caseworker, which I did. And I said, it says this, please tell me how I appeal. And all she did was resend the same thing, determination, basically, and you have 45 days to appeal, which, of course, that had started within on the first day that she sent the determination. So I kept asking, and then I called and I left messages. I was like, please, I need to know how because you only have that time. So she made fun of that. She made fun of that in her email. Oh, look who's popping up again. I guess we might have to send her a cease and desist letter. This is how we deal with them. Either that or we just ignore them and they'll go away. Oh, my God.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
So during that time, you're trying to figure out how to appeal. Hold on. I want to make sure that I'm... Sure what happened. Get the specific timelines. At what point do Donna and Rodrigo come in the picture?
I want to say that I contacted him in November of 2022. Sorry, not this year. Obviously not this year. And he came back with the determination of there was nothing wrong with what she did. And that's when I said, okay, I need records. I want everything. I am like, this is insane. That's absolutely insane. Because if my case doesn't count as something, then nobody's would. Like, literally. I've never been that retaliated against in my entire life at a job.
So you, from contacted him because you're going to file a complaint against
Anne. Yeah, absolutely.
What is then Donna? So I looked Donna up. I see that she's a vocational services specialist. What is her? How did she become involved then?
Because I just recently, I had gotten a job with Dr. Ellen Derrick in North Seattle, and after 3 months of witnessing the things that she did, both with employees and also an inappropriate thing that she did towards my minor son sexually, I reported her to the American Medical Association and Washington Medical Commission, who they are now investigating her.
Okay.
And
okay, perfect. Yeah.
And so I applied for TANF and for EBT. Now TANF isn't anything. I don't know what they think people are going to do with $600 a month. My rent is $25. So I don't know what that's supposed to be, but at least the EBT is keeping us fed. And so I had to go to a required work source, functions, which I have absolutely no issue with. I actually kind of thought it was really interesting, one of the classes that they had, but that was a required class and she was hosting it. And all I had done was say, hey, is this where I ask questions? Because you can type into the chat. And she said, no, you are to speak only to yourself. She then proceeded to speak with everyone else in that class, and that was also public. Everyone could see that she said that to me. And again, she's, with Elle and I have issues communicating already. And for me, whenever it's chat like that, and I know that a lot of people prefer things in person, but that's so much more inclusive for me, because then I can actually just say what I want in real time instead of having to, you can hear my issues speaking now, but I'm so much more articulate or eloquent, when you can chat, type it out. So for me, that was, I don't mind. And for me to ask and then be told that even that is silenced. No, I can't. And then publicly in front of everyone. And then I was like, well, maybe everybody's not supposed to chat. I didn't immediately take it personally. But then when I sat and watched and she talked and chat with everyone else, but told me to be silent. And again, I have the screenshot. I don't, because I have to record everything with anybody to do with the state anymore, because nobody seems to have any accountability. There's I can't even believe it. Oh, these are the agencies that everybody is getting, our tax dollars are coming out of our checks before we even get our checks. You guys get paid. And yet and this is what is happening to me and my family regarding all of these things. No, this is insane to me.
So then with Ann Springer, when you filed with her, then you had already filed a safety complaint.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, you
yes.
filed a safety complaint.
And she had already determined within 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you filed a safety complaint, which would have been not with her. That would have been with Josh.
Yeah, and I had a
retaliated.
Mm-hmm.
So then.
And she never even called and spoke to me. I never actually even spoke with her. How did she determine it without ever even contacting me? She never even contacted me. I did an interview thingy with 3 guys that was recorded with OSHA.
Okay. So you did you ever have any communications with the safety inspector that would have?
I never saw anybody in person. I had a phone call just like you and I are having now, where they told me that there were 2 other people in the room. I don't remember their names. I don't even remember the main guy's name. I didn't, at that point in time, I had no reason to think that Elle and I wouldn't do their job. I trusted you guys completely. I was like, that's it. I warned my employer for 3 months in writing up to the point of reporting to you guys because of how bad it was, but tried to fix it within the house first, because I don't want to have to do these back and forths. I don't want to make people, be exposed. Deal with it. Just fix your stuff and be on with it. But so this is the first time I ever had to contact. I didn't think I had to record you guys. I didn't think I had to watch every step and be like, oh my God, they're going to screw me over. I didn't know. I had no idea. And then within 4 days, getting a determination from a person I'd never even spoken with. And yet she's trying to tell me, well, okay, Rodrigo tried to tell me, well, then how would she have known that you were autistic with selective mutism? Well, that's my question. Then how did she come to the determination? Because if she came to a determination based on that interview, I stated it very clearly at the beginning of it, because I know that sometimes I don't come out, or I speak over people, or I understand I have communication issues. So I try to tell people first so that they won't be taken aback, or sorry. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. Take your time. Don't, no hurry. Okay?
So if she can come to a determination without speaking to a person, she needs to answer. And if she did hear that interview and that's what she determined it off of, then she knew I was autistic with selective mutisms. And yes, that is silencing my voice. You will not silence me. I will not be silent.
So you said within the 4 days that she did the investigation, she never spoke to you?
Yes.
So you spoke to her after the fact? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever spoken to her live on the phone ever. I've left messages and I've gotten emails. That's it.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I understood that.
I talked to a guy and that had two other people, and I believe they were both males in the room with a recording with OSHA, and then I get an email determining that basically go screw yourself 4 days later from Ann Springer.
Uh-huh.
So no, I had never spoken.
Oh, so she wasn't the one that conducted the investigation.
She said she is. She said that she is. She said that she is the one that conducted the investigation, and that is her determination.
Okay.
That is what the letter says.
Okay, Stephanie, I think I have enough at least to get started on something here. I will pass this. We have a process, so we take in the phone calls, and then
sure.
The complaints get assigned.
I'm calling the Attorney General, and I'm calling the Human Rights Commission, and then I'm calling the Department of Labor in Washington D.C. next. I'm making the complaint with all of the above. I've already been in contact with the Attorney General, and I'm working with the Assistant to the Attorney General, Gordon. But it's regarding that and some other things. So, but Ann Springer, yeah, I want her. Yeah, that email is going so public. That needs to be on the news. That really, Washington State residents really need to see what you guys have up in that office and how they talk about the public, because that's wild. That is wild to have 4 people included in on an email that is basically mocking people for reporting things and being like, yeah, if you just leave them alone long enough, they'll go away. Are you kidding me? We're desperate. We're freaking desperate. Are you serious? We're desperate. And you guys think it's funny.
I'm so sorry. Stephanie, I'm so sorry. I just realized I have one more question. I want to with Donna Gillen, when did this happen?
When did this happen? I'm sorry. That was in the beginning, I think the second week of November. And I've emailed and I've called. I had some guy, her supervisor called. I don't know what his name is exactly, but I can send you a screenshot if you would like, if you have an email address. Because I get text incoming. The incoming voicemails are text, and so it's all written out what he said, but then he called, I spoke with him actually on the phone. Oh, no. Did you just get hung up? I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, he called and he tried to, explain to me what she meant. And I'm like, dude, she meant what she said. You're not going to sit and, give me an explanation to very few words. It says, no, you can talk to yourself. I'm not, no, you're not going to backtrack. And I don't care what her issue was that morning. I don't care if it has to do with Ann Spring. I don't care why she said it. I care that she said it. And I care that I sat there and I was just and then watched her proceed to speak to, via mic and chat, every single other participant. And she said it publicly in front of them. So,
Donna Donna Gillen?
Yes. And again, I can send you the screenshot. I don't know the man's name. It's like Paul something. I don't know. I'd have to, but
okay.
If you have an email, I can send it to you.
Hold on a second. Just let me. I'm trying to get the date from the incident with Donna Gillen. When did that happen?
I'd have to go into my emails and hold on. I will have to pull up. Donna. November 1st.
Of this year?
Yep.
Okay. November. So, I want to be open with you. When it comes to civil rights complaints, there is a statute of limitations. It's 180 days or 6 months, but I still will look into these other complaints that you have.
Because I've been contacting you guys, and I had already reported it to Rodrigo. Okay. That 180 days is not going to fly, and I'm going to still contact the other agencies, and I'm going to the news. This isn't going to be something you guys are going to push under the rug, and I'm just going to go away. Believe me, I'm autistic, and one of the things that causes me to do is very fixate and focus on something until it gets handled. And now you guys are on my radar, and I'm not going to be done until Ann Springer gets handled. 100%. That is absolutely insane, the way that she speaks, because it wasn't just about me at that point. That is about every single person who dares to put their job on the line and be the person that gets in trouble at work because they dared stand up to something that was wrong. No way will I allow you guys to have this woman be over, and the 4 other people that were, or the other, it's either 3 or 4 other people that are included in that email. All of them are guilty because they should have reported her immediately just for that email. That is disgusting. That is how people are being spoken to about that your guys' paycheck come from our checks before we even get them. And then that's how the public is regarded, as something to ignore. Yeah. They'll just go away. I was desperate. Who wouldn't be desperate? No.
I understand, and I'm really sorry.
You just tried to negate me by saying we have a time limit. I contacted you guys within that time limit. You guys. No, I wasn't trying to negate you. I shouldn't have to. This shouldn't be a 40-hour-a-week job dealing with you guys. Mm-hmm. Why?
So I said, yes, there is a statute of limitations. However, we're still going to look into this because there are very strong allegations. And yes, if we do have staff that are mistreating, the client, the customers, it is something that needs to be looked into and de-escalated perhaps into the to the director's office.
Well, that one email alone, I want it on the news. I cannot believe it. No part of me, as just a human being, one human being to another, can believe that is what was said. I can't fathom it. I can't fathom getting up in the morning and going to a job, having people trust me that I am going to handle their things with care and take things seriously because they're putting themselves on the line, and that would be my response behind their backs. I can't imagine what kind of person. I can't. I just...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's honestly disappointing to hear that, and I'm really, really sorry. And so, Stephanie, the last thing I want to verify with you, so I have your telephone number here. I'm just going to write it down.
And just so you know, this is a text now number, which is like an app, and I only have service when right now because things are very tight. So right now I only have service when I'm at home with internet. My normal phone number is the one that is still on file, which is 425-477-1477. It's just that right now it only has incoming because I was not able to pay the bill.
Okay, hold on. I want to repeat that. 425-477-1477?
Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but yeah, it is.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I got that right.
It made it easy to remember, but then everybody's like, what? Yeah, I know. And then my email is just my last name, Farren, Stefanie.
Okay.
And just how I spelled it, FARRENSTEFANIE @yahoo.com is my email. If you email me, or if you would give me your email, I can send you her email that she had sent, and the screenshot from Donna, and the I don't know who it was that called that said that they were their supervisor, but I'll send you the screenshot from my phone that shows the text, written out. And then because I have to replay all of this again. I have to call 3 other agencies to report you guys. So, it's so mentally and emotionally exhausting. I literally, when I hang up, I scream into a pillow and then I make the next call.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. I can't imagine. So if you file, so we have access to. You don't need to send it. You shouldn't have to send us anything.
Okay.
If you've already filed with the agency,
yes,
we'll have access to it.
Okay, yeah, I figured. I mean, you should, because I got it all from Rodrigo, and he had sent it to me, so I know you guys have it. I just didn't know if it would make it easier for you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, then it will have access to all of that.
Okay.
And, we'll be able to look at it. You don't have to resend anything.
Okay.
Okay, Stefanie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm really sorry for your experiences with the agency. And
well, ma'am, may I be very blunt with you? If you're decent, I have a friend. Her name is Marta Idawu, and she works in the Seattle Human Rights Office. And she also has been working directly under the mayor, working on the homeless projects. And I have to say, if you are a decent person, thank you, because I don't know how you guys do it. You guys are working in just a cesspool of corruption, and and you're desperately needed. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't, because I couldn't do it. I could not work within any of the government agencies at this point in time. I literally just thank you. If you are a decent person, I thank you. Just like I thank her every day I talk to her. I'm just like, Marta, I don't know how you do it, but my God, if you didn't do it, there'd be nothing. There'd be no hope left. Nothing. I don't know how you guys do it, because at this point in time, you have to admit our government has just I don't even know what to say anymore. Anyway.
I do, but I promise you, I am passionate about, the work that I do, and I hope that, that I can help. Like I said, I'll look further into this. And again, I'm sorry for everything that's happened. But I'll be in touch.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You have a good day. Bye-bye.